let me start with this. You have a 30-inch pipeline running through your first due area. PG&E didn't tell you that this was one of the ones that they were the most concerned about. Do you feel like you're not getting the information you need as a firefighter?
Well, I mean, you're correct. We did not know about the fact that that line was listed as a critical line until everyone else learned when the media, that information was released in the media following the incident. We did know about the location of the line, and we know about all the locations within the city. But in terms of PG&E's own assessment about how critical it was for maintenance, that was not something we were aware of. And I absolutely would like to know that information. You know, as the public safety agency that's responsible for responding to those types of incidents, you know, the more information we can have, the better. And I don't know that it would have made a difference, but I would like to have the opportunity for it to make a difference.
How much is that information important when you're responding?
Well, when you're responding to an incident of that type and magnitude, really initial actions are essentially the same. And the first priority and objective is always to preserve and protect life. Following that is property. So any incident that we respond to, that's going to be our primary objective, is life first, and follow that with property. And of course we want to provide the widest safety margin we can for our personnel as well.
But if you don't have that information, like in the case of San Bruno, where they thought they were responding to a jet crash, what does that mean? What does that mean to the response?
Well, you certainly have to adjust on the fly. I mean, if you head out of the station knowing full well that you're going to a confirmed, gas leak incident with flames, that certainly changes your thinking en route. I can't say that we always know with 100% accuracy to every incident that we roll to, what we're rolling to, when rolling. But to the extent that we can know that when we roll, we want as much time as we can get to think our actions through to create that safety margin. And at the end of the day, we're about outcomes. And we want to have the best outcome possible for our community and for our crews. So to the extent that we can have information available to us that gives us a better chance to have a better outcome, we certainly desire it.
Bottom line, was PG&E not giving you the information that you needed?
Yeah, we had the maps with the line location, but I was not, nor was anyone else aware that that line, specifically 131, was listed as a critical maintenance need. In fact, I think it's ranked number 2 on their list. I understand PG&E's position. Their position officially is that these lines are critical infrastructure and they don't want information out there that could be used by someone who has ill will towards the community. I understand that, but I think that also has to be balanced against our need to respond effectively and appropriately to whatever incident may come our way. We run gas leaks and gas investigations frequently. I would say at least 1 to 2 times a week we do, and most often that's because it's a third-party contractor who's scratching in the dirt that a line's ruptured and we respond. But they're not usually big lines, they're usually 2-inch lines. So while we knew the location of that line, knowing the status of it in terms of PG&E's assessment, and moreover, knowing what the definitions of that assessment actually were, we did not know that until recently, is valuable information for us. We want to be able to do our job and to do it effectively, and we want to provide the safest margin of safety for not only the community but ourselves, and more information is always better.
What are they telling you about what they're planning to do about this line? What would you like to see them do?
Well, we would like as much information as possible. At this point, we know that there's a plan to maintain the line beginning in 2011. We know that an assessment study is currently underway, and we've been told that roughly 3 months from now or so they should have a plan in place. But at this point, we don't know whether that plan includes relocating the line, re-sleeving it, or repairing it. That's just not something that they're prepared to share with us right now. But when they know that information, we certainly would like to know that, both from a planning perspective and a response perspective. But ultimately, we're responsible to the community here, and those lines are near our folks, and they have a right to know about what may or may not impact them. And I understand the need to balance, the greater public safety from PG&E's perspective, but we also have a duty to our folks, and to the extent that we can have that information, that provides us the best chance to have a good outcome.